today, a bloke named Darren Crow came up to me. I asked him if he was related to Russell. He said, of course, it's my dad. Wasn't. Definitely wasn't at all. I googled the bloke and it's not the case.
G'day Gladiators, I'm Kenny and I'm talking blue gum mat in Varsity Lakes. This is going to be a special project. This will be the first house facelifted using the new contemporary colour from Colorbond. It will be in a standing seam. Now join us on the journey from start to finish to see what happens, see how it all comes about and watch the My Cladders team in action. Alright, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the job.
G'day there, Gladiators. Welcome back to another episode of the Varsity Lakes Reclad. It's the facelift done with the blue gum mat, the beautiful Highland Trade 265 from Stratco. Now, I'm sure you've been following us on the journey. Oh, what a week it's been. It's been a few days since I recorded anything down there at Varsity Lakes because I've been away doing a triathlon. Not just any triathlon, it was called Hell of the West. This thing was a 2K swim, took the full, actually I didn't take the full hour, 59 minutes, 57 seconds. I made sure I got my money's worth, you know what I'm saying? And then, what was it, 80K bike ride and a 20K run. Loved it. It was so much fun. But anyway, I was away from the boys and they went away and did a couple of other things as well. And we've come back today and we did a little bit more work. There's a bit more done since I was there last time. And basically in this episode, I'm just gonna recap what's been going on. So I'm gonna run some B-roll, run some other things. And remember, like and subscribe.
Rightio Gladiators, disclaimer time. This is episode 5, yet there's a whole heap missing. So there's not going to be an episode 6, 7, 8. This is basically episodes 5, 6, 7, 8, or whatever it is, just thrown into one. So I'm going to give you a bit of a running commentary of what actually went on, because it's not day by day. This here is from when the boys put the sidewall on, wrapped it around, and then you'll see at the end of this video where we actually have a lot more done. So I'll try and give you some running commentary. Apologies if we've missed anything, and if there's anything that you want to see, just reach out and I might be able to get that footage out for you and break it down a little bit. Anyway, let's get on with the show, hit the space bar and go. Right, so we've got the boom and the boys here, Jared and Ed, are putting the flashings down the side of the brick wall around those hoods. And as you can see, that front's looking pretty mint. The boys putting the corner on. Now, this is what I said earlier. We need to start with the corner, because when you start with the corner, then you'll see the next sheet, right? So here it is. This is the next sheet. So it takes a few of us. It's quite challenging to get this sheet on. And after we've got this sheet done, we end up being able to put the next one, which is quite a challenging one, because it cuts around all of those windows. So you see we're getting it in, sliding it up under that receiver barge.
No, that's good. Yeah, let me just check.
We good?
Yeah, we're good.
We're good, let's smack it on. Alright. What was that measurement up there?
4507.
Beautiful, look at all those. We're going to cut around all of those windows, so it's quite a tricky to get around that one. There's 4 windows where we've got to cut around.
We're the best.
So what we have here is our measure up. That gives us all our information for those windows. And I've transferred them to marks on the sheet. You can see there's a bottom and a top. Bottom and the top. And then there's the top where we're going to cut that short. So basically that's, now I'll go through and cut that. What are you getting today, Pete?
Roast pork roll from the Great Harry.
But what, hey, Ed, don't feed the birds, dude. You know what Harry will do if you feed the birds, eh? What you got there?
Pork roll.
Ah. There's a bit of crackle. Ah. Listen, see if you can hear the sound. Oh, that's mint. You got dinner with yours too.
So once we finished there at Harry's and having a good bite to eat, we came back and we installed this sheet that goes up against the windows. We left the ribs in place and then had to cut it while it was standing because otherwise it would get weak. And as you can see here, it took all of us to get this one sheet on. It's quite a challenge with 4 different windows to go in. It was probably one of the most difficult sheets we've ever had to put on. And so I hope to never have to do that. Now the challenge after this was to go through and put all the sheeting across the top and in between all of those and lining up all of those sheets which is quite a difficult challenge to do. So, oh gee, look how good that is. Look at the view. There's surface in the background. So you can see here Jared up the top, or here's Peyton cutting the sheets in preparation for Jared to install them up the top. And you'll see now there's Jared going through on a time lapse, putting those top sheets in, and you can see that they clip in, it goes through, there's a process, making sure they're nice and straight. Now he's actually measuring these sheets as he goes along so that all the sheets below this will all get measured in the same format, so that when the sheets come across they all line up and look beautiful. Oh, how good's those clouds. So you can see him coming through here with these sheets. It just looks amazing. And then when they were finished, here he is Jared from up in the boom, looking down, looking at the work, and it looks just amazing, doesn't it? Like all those sheets lining up. Just looks great. And that's where they pretty much got to. Now this is what it's looking like. Well, almost what it's looking like. Some painting has gone on. Those green fins are now ironstone. So we had Colorbond give us some really good advice as to what colors we should change some of the detail to. So where that green was, we've gone to an ironstone. But have a look down here. You can see that corner and how well it wraps around, just making it seamless, like a perfect transition from one wall to the next without there being any ugly flashings. And it just comes up looking an absolute treat. The house just looks really good. Now you can see here on this back window how the same detail around the windows on that right hand side follow around the big window and even the sliding doors down below that. Now you can see on the left side that there's a bit of extra that we're going to be putting on there, and that is also done now as well. So it just looks really, really good. The challenge though with this job is it was very high, and so utilizing the scaffolding to be able to get it done. But you can see there what is happening on that left hand side. That will become another folded sheet that will return out and come up that wall. You can see there was a tap down the bottom there too. So you can see how you come across to there and then you've got to stop and then you order another sheet. Now, when we were finished around that side, we needed to take the boom back. And so we needed to bring this boom around the front and get this last flashing in on this side to just finish it off and make it just cover some timber that was existing there. And you can see the boys are sealing that into place now. Yeah, there's that balcony again that Peyton's struggling to no, he's got the door open. He's got plenty of room there. But just absolutely, what a transformation from what it was before to now. It just looks amazing. And Jared and Peyton have done a magic job. They've done a really, really good job. And this was Jared's first full job that he's done for My Cladders, and he is fitting in an absolute treat, learning the ways of the way we do things. And here, look at this. This one has the bottom installed. Wow. That's just really, really cool. And we're so happy for the owners, Troy and Barb, to have this on their house. Just the amount of comments they're getting from people now is just amazing. Anyway, on the next one, you'll see the full finish. So subscribe and like. G'day Gladiators, I'm Kenny from My Cladders, and you.
Radio, it's day 2. The boys ripped all that wall off, and so one of the first things that you need to make sure is that you've gotten all of your